Greetings, parishioners and friends of St. Dominic Church. I'm here in my office wanting to send you all a message of encouragement. I know we've all been completely surprised by this situation. While a lot of us have been hearing about the coronavirus in the news for some time, I don't think a month ago we were expecting that it would come to this, where society would in large part have been shut down and all public masses canceled and access to the sacraments extremely limited for most of the faithful. I know it's like a bad dream that we hope that we'll just wake up from any moment now, and we don't know how long it will last. We're all trying to figure this out, and we don't know what the future will hold. So this is a time to really pray for each other and to have hope. We need some encouragement in a time like this. I can say of course, we miss you all here at St. Dominic Church. We know that you miss us and the community. And as a priest, I can say that I feel like I have my hands tied. I was ordained to serve the faithful, and it's very limiting right now. It reminds me of this image that I have here in the office of Christ the bridegroom. It's an icon, and it shows Christ being crowned with thorns after just having been scourged, and his hands are tied. And that's what we feel, many of us priests feel like at this moment. At the same time, that image speaks powerfully of how the grace of salvation came through that suffering, that trial, that passion that Jesus underwent. Paradoxically, it was when Jesus had his hands tied, and also later on when he had his limbs affixed to the cross, where it's at that time when he seems most helpless, that he's actually doing something most powerful for the world, that he brings us salvation, saving the world through the cross. That was the world's darkest hour, the hour when we human beings crucified our Creator. And yet we see in that, at that moment, it wasn't the end. It didn't defeat God. Christ rose victoriously over the dead. And so death is not the end in the cross. Right now we're undergoing our own cross. But just as God graces us through the cross of Christ, God graces us through all the crosses that we have to bear in our lives. So we have to be open and look for those gems hidden in the crosses that come our way. This morning I celebrated a Mass in honor of Mary at the foot of the cross, which is very fitting in our church since right underneath the altar that I celebrated that Mass at, there's that image of the cross that hangs over the altar, the statues, and Mary and John at the foot of the cross. That is a scene that is very powerful for us. Mary is standing at the foot of the cross. This is what we read about in the Gospel of John. She stood in strength at the foot of the cross. Imagine her seeing her son crucified. She knows what it's like. She knows what it's like to suffer. We honor Mary under the title of Our Lady of Sorrows, recognizing that she had many sorrows in her life. It wasn't just the cross, but there were many other things. We celebrate Our Lady of Sorrows every year on September 15th, the day after the triumph or the exaltation of the Holy Cross. Mary, as Our Lady of Sorrows, Mary at the foot of the cross, is somebody especially to invoke and to be close to at this time. She is present to you. She loves you as a mother. She cares for you. She accompanies you. She's going to help you to keep your eyes on Christ during this time and help you to realize that the cross is not the end and to find those gems of grace within the crosses that we bear. And so ask Our Lady of Sorrows to pray for you, to be with you, to help you to keep your eyes focused on Christ during this time, and to also, like her, to accompany others in their crosses, to give them hope, to do whatever you can to reach out to others while keeping safe and taking precautions yourself. Our Lady of Sorrows, pray for us.